People that have gone from ugly to very attractive. How did your life change? Well, I've done both things you mentioned. Lost 100 pounds and gained a sense of style. Everyone is nicer. Not just women. Retail workers. Professionals. People at bars. I can say the most idiotic thing now and people will laugh with me and be interested in what I'm saying. Previously I could say something actually insightful or funny and just get ignored. I lost a ton of weight. Imgur.com. But my confidence and self-image is so ducked because of relentless teasing. I cannot approach women, so I'm 24 and have still never had a girlfriend. 6. Anything at all. The one girl that did go out with me for a month, I can't really count that as a relationship. Parted ways citing the following: you're too normal. You're the first person that's ever been nice and not abusive to me. Nothing gets you mad. I don't deserve someone like you. You're the type of guy that dates like beauty queens. Not girls like me. I didn't even know how to respond to that. Duck me. Right? That was an even bigger blow and that happened just in the past few months. Didn't help one damn bit. I go from not good enough to too good. I don't think so. But apparently so according to that one girl. All in all, I'm happy that I'm healthier and can actually run without asphyxiating myself. That's a plus. Also, when people stopped flicking my double chin for fun. That was a great day. I still have the confidence of an ugly kid. Even though the outside has changed, the interior complexes remain the same. Can wear skinny jeans now though, so I guess that's a plus. Yes. I've been waiting for this post. I'll start out with a picture of what I looked like in middle school. Imgur, I'm the fat ginger on the right. People were cruel to me. One day in 8th grade, a kid in class saw my tag sticking out of my size 12 pants and yelled it to the whole class. Everybody laughed at me. And I was so upset that I just stopped eating. I lost about 60 pounds over the summer, getting down to about average size for a freshman. I still considered myself to be obese. So I dropped out of the regular high school and attended an alternative school and continued to starve myself and lose weight. After high school, I was wearing size 2 jeans and rejecting at least 2 or 3 propositions from attractive men a day. All of a sudden, everything was incredibly easy for me. I didn't understand what was going on. But everything was free. Oil changes, cigarettes, anything. I could walk up to any guy I wanted and just say hello and he'd practically just throw his wallet at me. It was fun and exciting. But I couldn't help but feel disgusted. It wasn't just men either. I got treated nicer in stores. Received job offers. Offered more help in classes. etc. I see people that I knew in middle school and they don't recognize me at all. Last year, I ran into the same kid that yelled my pants size to my class. And he asked me out on a date. Forgetting completely who I was or what he had done to me. I politely declined. Here is a picture of me today. Age 21. Taken about 15 minutes ago. Imgur. I've lost 83 pounds this year and for the first time since I was in 7th grade I'm under 200 pounds. I was on a trip to Chicago over the weekend and the place I stayed had a cardio room, so I went up to run on the treadmill a bit. There was an attractive girl and I noticed she looked at me a few times, and instead of thinking sweet this chick is checking me out, all I could think was what the duck am I doing wrong? The confidence isn't there for me yet, but I do notice people will look my way and smile more. I just need to learn to smile at them more better. Here's some progress pics from a month ago. I've lost a few more pounds since then. People are just generally nicer. When you smile at girls, they smile back. If you strike up a conversation in a forced social situation, in line for something, waiting at a bar to get drinks, etc., you don't come off as creepy. It's like suddenly everyone assumes you're a better person. Here's pic off my Reddit GIFs profile since Apostolate asked me to post. I was pretty homely until high school. Chubby with sheety curly hair and not at all popular among my classmates. I started hanging out with cooler kids and dressing better in junior high. Even had a couple girlfriends, not at the same time. Quit looking at me like that. After my freshman year in high school, my family moved us across town and to a new school. The girls at the new school were lining up to give me their phone number and ask me out. This happened to my brother and myself. Although he looked like Brad Pitt, this was before anybody knew who Brad Pitt was. As we got older, there were a couple times girls followed him around the store because they really thought he was him and had long hair, so he didn't really go through the same homely phase that I did. He was less surprised by all of the attention, but still overwhelmed like I was. Then one day during my sophomore year, we ditched school and went to hang out at my old school. Same place they filmed Sandy Ass High in Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, by the way, and see our old friends. 2 of my ex-girlfriends saw me, went to their next class, and came back out with notes they had written telling me they wanted me back. I felt like the ugly duckling becoming a handsome swan. Now I'm old, have a paunch, and going bald. But my wife loves me anyway. Says I'm the best looking man on the planet. Who am I to argue with the prettiest woman alive? Edit, you apostolad suggested we post pics of our beautiful selves. So here is one of my senior pictures. I grew up being bullied for being ugly and weird. I had my twin sister, fraternal. We don't look alike, at least. So it wasn't the absolute worst childhood in the world. I entered into high school at a new school and found that guys were suddenly receptive to how I looked. It was really weird at first, because although I was very confident in my intelligence and the unique aspects of my personality, my looks had definitely fallen off my what makes me radar. Dating was easier, technically, because I had a larger pick, but it took dating a few jerkwards before I realized that my looks really didn't matter. I dated the same guy for all of high school, and he's still one of my best friends. He got to know WHO I was not how I looked. I think that becoming attractive seemed like something I was very excited for when I made that realization 10 years ago. But today I'm much more grateful for my ugly years. They built my character and personality in a way that probably never would have happened if I had been pretty all of my life. Also, proof. Edit, adding another couple of photos of my undercut because that last photo of the album posted above is about 8 months old. P. Taken a week ago. Taken and edited by my honey. About a month ago, imgur.com. I was the ugly duckling who turned into a fairly attractive female with a krilla figure. I'm glad people don't pick on me for my appearance anymore. But having guys harass me when I wear something nice is just as irritating. I generally dress down and prefer to be average. At one point in 7th grade, I was maybe 5 feet 6 and 220 pounds. And I mainly got through life with a sense of humor and having a personality. However, I picked up sports, and am now, as a college freshman, 6 feet 1 and 190, with a pretty muscular build. The biggest change is everything else. You notice girls pay you more attention. People compliment you, but you maintain the same mentality. You still see yourself the old way. As I got older though, looks didn't even matter. Maybe it was the girls I liked, but it seemed that every girl became less and less worried with looks and just cared for my personality. Looks are only really important for a first impression. Sort of an introduction to you. And then people get to know you. Could only find a picture from freshman year. imgur.com. Here's now. I'm on the far right. imgur.com. This will probably get buried, but I know what it's like to be fat and then not fat. People are much nicer to me now that I've lost 90 pounds. I'm pretty oblivious when I get checked out though. My husband tells me when it happens. He'll be like, "Did you see that guy checking you out?" And I'll be like, "Nope." I'm grateful I experienced being undesired, though. It helps put perspective on everything. People are all important, and that's something my kids know too. Here's a before and after for reference. I went from decently attractive to being compared to Ryan Gosling in about 2 years. All due to a better haircut and dressing like I give a damn. A damn is definitely now given. I was fugly enough to be among the half dozen or so outcasts at my school. My unsightliness made it impossible for me to even ride the bus. Scrawny. Oversized head. Crooked teeth. Plastered in acne. Swollen lips. Hand-me-down clothes. And a bad home haircut kept me in lowly status from 7th grade until high school graduation. Then after an Accutane ordeal, the acne began to dissolve. I got my braces off. Then I joined the military and got in shape. And finally able to build muscle in my early 20s. After completing my firefighting degree, I went to visit a friend in my hometown and ran into a few people I went to school with. They sort of recognized me but were in disbelief. I got a lot of satisfaction by utterly ignoring a girl who was attempting to flirt with me since she was a cold-hearted itch in high school. TL. Doctor life is better overall. I still have the ugly kid confidence level at times though. And yes, people are effing shallow. Not very attractive. But I definitely look better than I did. I'll reiterate what a lot of others are saying. People are nicer. I've gotten some shit from people who think I'm too skinny now. But I'm pretty happy with how I look now and can ignore them. I know that when I was fat I hated going to anything social. And would outright avoid seeing people who knew me when I was thinner. Pics with guests. When I was in middle school, I specifically remember one of the more attractive girls in my grade having her instant messenger status as Jaworski is hot. Me being the only Jaworski in the city. And hilarious looking at the time. I took no offense but years later I realized. Flash forward a few years. Several haircuts. New teeth. And no more clothes 3 sizes too big. And I like to say that I'm doing damn fine. Jaworski is hot now itches. I'm a 21-year-old male. I was always short and semi-awkward in the beginning of high school. As I grew up and matured, I began to realize that people were paying a lot more attention to me. It was weird. But really inspiring because my self-confidence just kept growing as I grew into a more mature body. As a longtime swimmer, swimming was an outlet for me to both feel good about my achievements and to feel good about myself. I am very comfortable in my body now. I have a girlfriend for the first time in my life. For those of you who like pictures. Junior year of high school, imgur.com. Junior year of college, imgur.com. Ugly me before. Not so ugly me now, imgur.com. As for how it changed my life, meeting people became much easier. It's a lot more pleasing to talk to someone that you can actually look at without wincing every few seconds in visual pain. And by people talking to me longer, my self-worth and confidence skyrocketed and got me to do a lot more in life that I never would have done without it. I used to be the guy that sat at home all day, playing video games, fart around the internet all day, and just all around not get anything done in life. I was going nowhere. One day, I woke up and a voice inside me said this has to change. So I changed. With even the most simple things, cutting my hair, washing it more often, getting clothes that actually fit me, take care of my face, brush my teeth upon waking up and going to sleep. There was a point where I did that maybe once a week. And looking back I feel like a slovenly duck for it, and smile more often. Before, I had to beg people to even speak to me, let alone hang out with me. Now, I have more friends than I can keep track of. I know that sounds slightly asshole-ish, but I don't know of another way to put it. And people go out of their way to speak to me on the street. I ducking love being beautiful. When I was ugly, I had an ugly personality. Since losing 80+ lbs and cutting my hair, I found that the biggest change was internal. My life is different because I experience it differently. Yes, being better looking than before has a lot to do with it. But now that I have confidence and a sense of purpose, people respond to that more than they do my looks. Before. After. imgur.com. I don't mind if no one sees this post. I'm just happy that I decided to do what I did. When I was younger I had zero confidence and nothing to look forward to for my future. I never went out with a girl or even looked at girls for too long. I was pretty much hopeless at the time. The only friends I had were the ones from church. And they were all younger than me and were way more religious than I was, so hanging out with them made me feel left out. I literally woke up one morning and thought, duck this. I need a social life with friends my age that actually have fun. I went from this to this, imgur.com on the right. The first picture is of when I was 18. At 19 I decided to get LASIK surgery, grow a little facial hair, and wear nicer clothes that actually fit me to increase my confidence. About a month after this transformation, I got my first girlfriend, lost my virginity to a belly dancer, had my first one night stand, didn't care for it, and met my now fiancée, second pick. We're getting married next month. I'm 25 now. Career wise, I was jobless and lazy, so I decided to go back to school. I'm working for the state of CA and making more money than I ever thought I could. I'll be able to own my own home in about a year. I have much to look forward to. Edit, dear God. I just realized my mom helped me lose my virginity. Not very attractive, but I will admit I am better looking than before. All that's holding me back is my lack of confidence in myself. Lost a lot of weight. Acne's gone. Hair is much nicer. Feels good.